welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my books that I read in 2021 video. This is the third video in this little series that I started a couple years ago, and I'm really excited to show you guys the books that I read this year. I try to make it a goal to read like 8 to 10 books, but I did 5.5. Really busy year for me. I started the year pretty strong with reading books, and then I got a full-time job. So yeah, I just didn't have time to read. I've been slowly trying to finish one of the books that I'm going to be showing you guys. It's about like 5.5 books that I've read. I'm going to talk about it just because I started reading it in 2021, and hopefully I finish it within the next month or two. It is a thick book, which is why it's taken me forever, but whatever. One of the books I can't talk about because it kind of revolves with my work, and I just like rather would not talk about it. So we'll give it away. The first book that I read is The Comeback by Ella Berman. And this book actually came up in like some ads for me for the book of the month. I feel like I get quite a few book of the month ads of books to read. I was really intrigued by the cover of the book, and when I read the synopsis, I was like, wow, that is very interesting. So it follows a Hollywood movie star. She was like kind of a young child actress. It was at the height of her career and then completely and utterly stopped. So it's about how she is trying to like reclaim her life, and it's kind of, I don't know if I can like say some of this on camera without getting like banned, because it is like an intense topic, but it has to involve with the #MeToo movement that went around. So if you know that, then this is kind of that. It involves like her director, and she's trying to like win her life back. This book was an extremely emotional roller coaster. I felt for this girl so much. I wanted her to succeed so bad. She just seemed like having such a like horrible, terrible life, but kind of overcome that, and it's such a beautiful story. You can like see her like transition of trying to like again reclaim her life and trying to like rekindle her relationship with her family. So it's an intense book. If you're into that kind of stuff, then I definitely recommend it. It has a nice ending. So that was the first book I read. The next book I read I actually have. It is the Red, White, and Royal Blue book. This is another book that I got ads for, and it's also on the New York Times bestseller. Lots of people recommended this to me, and I was really, again, intrigued by the cover because it really looks like Prince Harry, and so I was really interested. I was like, what is this book about? So it follows the President of the United States' son and the Prince. His name is Henry and not Harry, which is really funny. And they have a very interesting relationship. It's a romance novel too, so spicy, kind of Romeo and Juliet in a way. It's like two families, even though they're not like head and head. It's like the President of the United States and then like the royal family mixed. So it is a very interesting story. One day we might have a female president, one day this may happen. So I really liked it. They also talk about Kim Namjoon in here, so if you are a BTS fan, he's mentioned. The next book is one that I don't have because I rented it from my library, but it is Almond by, I'm just not even gonna try to pronounce her name. I'm just not gonna do it, okay? Queen, right here. This book I was interested in reading because on BTS in the Soup, RM, Namjoon, and Yoongi actually read this book, and a lot of people in the K-pop community recommended it, not just because they read it, because it has a very interesting story. It follows this boy and he becomes friends with this other kid, and they have completely and utterly different personalities. The boy that it follows, he can't really feel emotion. It's a real disease. I don't know if it's a disease, a mental disorder, I don't really know, where he can't feel emotion. So the friend that he's becoming friends with is really frustrated with that, and he's also trying to kind of understand a tragedy that happened in his life, and it's a heartbreaking novel, I tell you that. Very heartbreaking. One of the best that I read this year, even though I only read like 5. One of the best. I think it was probably one of my top 10 favorite books that I've ever read in general. So good. I'm gonna read my little Goodreads thing. I admit, I read this book because some members of BTS read it, but honestly, this is the best book I've read this year. This book follows a boy that becomes friends with another boy and the struggles with life and tragedy. It's a book that you want to keep reading. The ending was perfect. It was perfect. So an easy read. I read it from April 29th to June 1st, so about a month. Fantastic. The next book that I read is this one, Dial A for Aunties. I was really interested in this book because of the cover. I'd never seen a book with this like bright color yellow before. So I was really interested in it, and it also reminded me of A from Pretty Little Liars. So I was like, wonder what this is. I read the back. I was like, I have to buy this. So the main girl, Madeline, I think that's how you pronounce it, accidentally killed her blind date, and she has her aunts help her hide the body. And she's also a wedding photographer, and her aunts all run a like wedding event planning kind of business, and so they're literally running around trying to hide this body from everyone. Very interesting book. There is a second one. It's about, I think it's called like 4 Aunties in a Wedding, kind of like 4 Murders in a Wedding, that I think just came out too. So I'm kind of excited to read that. I have, of course, the book that I'm currently reading right now, and then another one, but then I'm gonna read the second book of this, and that one also seems super interesting. So really great book. You're gonna have to read it. I can't really explain anything else except like it's literally her and all of her aunts and mom like trying to like hide this body, and it's hilarious. So recommend. I am currently reading After We Fell. If you guys read I've been talking about reading too much. If you guys watched my 2020 books, I read After and After We Collided, and I explained that I was trying to read all of the After series because there are movies out about them, and I always hate watching the movie before reading the book. So that's what I tried to do, except After We Fell is 700 pages? 700 pages. It's a thick boy. I'm about not even halfway. It's a lot. I read this book when it was on Wattpad and had Harry Styles' name in it. So I have read this before, but obviously things change and the movies are very popular, and obviously people don't know that it's a Harry Styles fanfic anymore. But I'm trying to read it because the 4th movie came out, and I'm so behind. Again, follows Tessa and Hardin and their crazy, chaotic life. The 3rd installment. There's something, I tell ya. I still love it. I still think Anna Todd has great story lines. It's just a lot, and that's why it's taken forever to read it. That are all the books that I read this year. Very sad because I love reading, but I hope to prioritize books a little bit more this year. That's on my resolutions, but I never complete my resolutions what books did you read this year? What books are you trying to read this year? Let me know, because I'm all for book recommendations. Any other Namjoon books that are translated into English, comment them down below. Need to know so I can read it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.